We will get this August 21st meeting to come to order. Great to see everybody. Clyde, you're in a different seat.
I know.
I'm confused. Okay. All right. So why don't we go ahead and do introductions really quickly for anybody that's watching. Clyde, if you want to start.
Sure. Clyde Smith, Belmar Beach Resort, Treasure Island.
Good morning, Tricia Rodriguez, the Tropics Boat Tours and the Clearwater Ferry.
Good morning, Dave Gaddis, Mayor of Bel Air Beach and delegate of the Big C.
Good morning, Copley Gertis, City Council Member, City of St. Petersburg.
Amanda Coffey, Managing Assistant County Attorney.
Kathleen Peters, Pinellas County.
Brian Loack, Visit St. Pete Clearwater.
Russ Kimball, Sheraton Sankey, Clearwater Beach.
Dan Saraki, Mayor of the City of Oldsmar and Delegate for the North Pinellas County.
Brian Scott, Pinellas County Commission.
Good morning, Doreen Moore, TRS Travel Resort Services, Vacation Rentals throughout the Gulf Beaches.
Good morning, Bruce Rector, Mayor of the City of Clearwater.
Good morning, Chuck Prather, the Birchwood, St. Petersburg.
Well, it's great to have so many people here. It's wonderful. If we have everyone here, I don't know that we have enough seats. But I'm sure we'll figure that out. The only thing I want to update you on is the commission voted on the elite funding projects, and they made a change to your recommendations. The change was to put, Brian, it was Renee wanted to have $25,000 for the Martin Luther King Parade. She's very passionate about it, and so she made an amendment to the recommendation that you made. And where the $25,000 came from was they took it from the St. Pete Grand Prix Boat Parade. So instead of giving them $150,000, which originally the staff recommended they got $100,000. So instead they got $125,000. The Martin Luther King Parade then got that extra $25,000, which took them to $75,000, and that was the only change. So just wanted to give you guys an update on that. So other than that, anybody have any questions about that? No? Okay. And I think next year there may be some changes on maybe how we present, so that this is my suggestion I made to Brian, is that because we had people come in that said, no, the numbers you had for me weren't right, our marketing is different, and so I think if we give people an opportunity of a grace period to say, this is this is what we have, is everything we have correct? You have maybe a week to change it or come and add something, and then maybe we wouldn't have what happened in our meeting, where they come in and say, oh, mine was different. And so I think that would be an opportunity. And I know we're trying to get more stringent on our criteria for scoring, and I think we have to continue to do that so that we meet our true strategic plan objectives to bring bigger elite events into the community that really bring in marketing enhancements and heads and beds. So staff is doing a great job, and I know they're going to continue to do a great job, and we'll see if we can't get creative so that the applications end up scoring true and that the appropriate amount of money is given to the appropriate projects. So that's all I wanted to add. And so I would look to the minutes if we have a motion to approve those minutes.
Madam
or if there's
Chair, I
any
make a
changes.
motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Mayor and Mayor. We have Mayor Saraki and Mayor Gaddis made the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Wonderful. So then we're going to go on to, we have no public comments. I don't see any cards. So we'll go on to presentations. The marketing update with Steve Grimes.
Good morning, everybody. Lovely to see you all. So I'm here to give a little bit of an update from the presentation that we shared last month. Really just, first off, wanted to start with 727 Day. Hopefully, you all wore your T-shirts with pride on July 27th. So I wanted to share a little bit about how that day went for us. So as you all know, it was recognized through a BCC proclamation as 727 Day across the county. And we had all kinds of activities. So the city of St. Pete was involved. Our activations team were traveling from Tarpon Springs down to the Rays game. We gave away 2,000 T-shirts and almost another 3,500 pieces of collateral to all of the people you can see in the photos here. Lots of people showed up at all of our different locations. We had the Rays-Reds game where we were giving away tickets and we were promoting the game. And that game has turned out to be the second best attended game since the home opener so far. We'd like to think we had something to do with that. Lots of local media coverage. If you were watching any of the local stations, you would have seen Brian explaining 727 Day. If you were unfortunate enough to turn on to one of them, you'd have seen me, but Brian was definitely doing a much better job. And then online, we had a lot of people coming to our special dedicated website, 727day.com. Lots of views on our social media platforms. And as I think I said before, we had more than 100 deals from across the county. And just a little bit of partner feedback. We heard from Great Explorations that they'd sold almost 200 tickets that day. They were very happy. The Honu restaurant here said it was one of their biggest sales days ever. So to me, for all of the stats that we've got on here, those two nuggets show that this was really doing what it was intended to do, which is drive people to our local businesses, get them participating, getting them doing things. So huge success. We're really happy with how 727 Day came out. Next year, bigger and better. So we'll stay tuned as we start to plan for that. One of the great things about this job since I've taken it is everybody under the sun has come to me with interesting marketing opportunities for this area. Everybody wants us to be involved with them. Sorting through all of those and where should we spend our money has been sort of one of the things I spent most of my time doing over the last 6 months. One that really struck me was this opportunity here. We have a lot of golf opportunities in our county, but we don't or haven't done a lot of promotion of that golf. So this is the start of us starting to lean a little bit more into golf. So hopefully, Mike, you'll be pleased to hear we're doing a bit more about golf. So this was an opportunity that was presented to us. The LPGA star, you may remember Natalie Gulbis, she was on the tour a few years ago, and a former PGA player, Jimmy Hanlon. They have a TV show, and you can see on the map there where this show gets distributed all over the country, heavily in the areas that are important to us. And they reached out and said, hey, we'd love to come down and do a feature. Could we come to one of your courses? And what's nice about the way they do their show is that they focus on a golf course, but then they have a 19th hole where they go into the location and they showcase it. I said, that's great. Can you do 2 courses? So they did 2 courses for us. They started with the Bayou Club and the Pelican, and then they went to downtown St. Pete, and they went to Clearwater Beach. So here's just a short clip giving you a sense of what they've done, and we'd certainly love to do more of this in the future. So let's see if this will work.
Welcome to Blasters 18 Holes, presented to you by Cleveland Construction. I'm PGA golf professional Jimmy Hanlon.
And I'm LPGA Tour player Natalie Gulbis. Today we are in St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida.
And we are going to play the Bayou Golf Club, then head down to the pier for the 19th hole.
That we might have to measure.
Welcome back to Blasters 18 Holes, presented to you by Cleveland Construction. We are in the St. Pete Clearwater area.
And we are at the Pelican Club. I love this place. We have an LPGA event here, and it's in my top 10 favorite golf courses in the country. You know I love everything that's in that clubhouse. Incredible fitness.
Food's amazing, you said.
Locker room.
Yeah.
There's a full-on steakhouse in there.
Yeah.
And if you want to get better at golf, I mean, the practice and instruction area,
Yep.
it was amazing. I love the golf course we were at today. We have an LPGA event there, the Pelican Club.
It is a world-class facility today. We were at world-class. Thanks all of you for watching us this week on Blasters 18 Holes, presented to you by Cleveland Construction.
So very excited by how that came out. And what's great for us is they shot hours of footage, and we now own all of it. So we can create all kinds of other content using that footage. So we'll definitely look to work with them again in the future and do additional courses in the area. Last time I was here, I mentioned to you that we were about to start a campaign in New York City, and we were start to ramp up our presence there. That's now underway, which I can tell because I'm getting calls from everybody in the New York area saying, why are you not advertising with us? So the Yankees literally reached out yesterday. We saw your ads in New York. Why are you not advertising with the Yankees? Want to give you a quick sense. Here's an example of how we've tailored that fall creative to work in New York City. Sweater weather can wait. Wouldn't you rather be sitting here? That's on the subway and on the trains there, southbound to America's Best Beaches. So really continuing with that, showcasing the beach, showcasing the weather, reminding people that we've got great colors and great fall experiences down here. I also mentioned that we were about to start a Greater Tampa Bay campaign. This is also kicked off now. So if you've been driving around any of that area in the light brown there, hopefully you'll start to see our billboards, you'll hear our radio, see us on TV. As I mentioned before, this is a huge market for us and one we haven't really advertised in before. So we're going to be really leaning into this. You know, it's our biggest driver both in the fall and the summer, but also all year long. So driving this as we see more and more people move into this area is something we're excited to do. The advertising in this is a little bit different. It really focuses on proximity and the idea of don't just come for the day, but come overnight. So make your beach bag an overnight bag, get away across the bay, short drive, long weekend kinds of ideas. And that bottom one, a little bit of an eye chart on here. We have a custom version of our TV spot running on gas station pumps in the surrounding area that talk about how you can be at America's Best Beaches with just one fill-up. So put the gas in the car and come on over. I also mentioned that we were about to host our first marketing committee, which we had on August 7th. We had 16 people were on the list, 12 of them could make it. Fantastic conversation. We had people from hotels, attractions, restaurants, transportation. So a really great chance for me to hear from everybody in the community about the kinds of things that are important to them. I had two objectives going to this, which was for me to share what we were thinking and hear what they thought. Did that sound right? Did that resonate with them? And then to hear what they were up to and how we can help them, because at the end of the day, you know, we're here to promote the destination, but these people are the destination. And I wanted to sort of foster some collaboration. Where could we strike some partnerships? Where could we do more things? So that was great. There was consensus that this notion of defining us as America's Best Beaches and demonstrating that that means more than just the sand and the sea. It means our great cultural events. It means dining, in nature, sports. Everybody was on board with that. So full steam ahead. The planning now is underway. Either the next meeting or the one after, we'll be here with the full plan, and we'll show you more about that. One more thing that's about to launch early September, right around Labor Day. We're gonna put this out quietly and then promote it into September. The Funshine Savings Passport. This is a mobile web app. I mentioned it before. It's built on our Gulf Coast platform by a company called Banwango. It's free to consumers. It's free to businesses. And the idea is we bring together discounts, deals, promotions from all over the county. When you get to your hotel, when you're planning your trip down here, you download this. Everywhere you go, you can save some money. You'll find it at that custom URL there, funshinesavings.com. We'll be promoting it on our social platforms website. We're even in some of the rest areas where you'll see signage as you come into Pinellas County from the surrounding areas. And then we're working with all the lodging partners. As I say, when you check in at the hotel, we'd love you to pick up a flyer and do that. I put together, we have a demo version of it right now. I put together a little video here which will show you how it works. Let's see if it plays. Do I have to click it again? Maybe. Oh, yeah, here we go. So there's no sound on this, so I'll talk over it. So this is how you open it. You see the Funshine Savings Pass there. You click on it, and now you can start scrolling through some of the deals. And then you find something that, that looks interesting. Let's see which one. Birch and Vine is there, Chuck. You'll notice. Thank you very much. So then you come in and you can sort by different kinds of things, art museums. So here's the Imagine Museum. Perhaps you don't know where the Imagine Museum is, so you can pull it pulls up a map, shows you where it is. How do you get there from where you are? So here's the route from our offices to the Imagine Museum. Perhaps you're not in the mood for a museum, so you go back in here and you can look for something else. There we go, Birch and Vine, free appetizer with purchase. Okay, I'm going to select my coupon, show it to the wait staff, and once that coupon's been redeemed, it can't be redeemed again for 12 months. So each person can use the coupon once per destination. So the idea is not that you'll always go get a free appetizer at the Birchwood. You'll do it once. So that, as I say, launches Labor Day. Where am I clicking? There we go. There we go. That was my time. Any questions for anyone? Yes, Mike.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Great presentation.
Thanks.
How do companies or destinations get on that Funshine app?
So we've been soliciting it. We've been sending out emails, and we have a web link. And if you're interested, just see me afterwards. We're trying to continue to bring as many people in. We have about 40, 45 in right now.
Okay.
We'd love lots more than that. So everywhere I go, I'm telling people about it, and I'm sending them the link. So we're going to update it, fairly regularly. So there may be a little bit of a delay between submitting a deal, but I would say anybody that submits now, we can have up certainly in September.
Okay, thanks.
Doreen.
Just a quick comment. Thank you. Great presentation. Listening to NPR this morning on the way in, and the fall colors really resonated, VSPC, because it just created a mental picture, the way, talking about the golds and the reds and the oranges and the sunset and the white beaches and aqua blue and so forth. So it just, in that snapshot, it was not general. It painted a picture. So good job.
Thank you. We were listening to the same radio this morning.
Any other questions?
Yep.
Comments? Mike.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Steve, bravo, bravo, bravo. What a great to see that we are now advertising and promoting our destination in the world's #1 media market, New York City. And I think that's going to pay great dividends. So often those New York City residents head to the other side of the state, and I think we can grab our share of them here. Secondly, thank you for the 18-hole promotion. I think golf in Pinellas County has not received the coverage that it should. We have 2 great PGA and LPGA events taking place here, and while we will never have golf take the place of our beaches, but we do need to promote golf more and consistently to all of our destination markets. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Great job, Steve. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is Destination Metrics with Eddie Kirsch.
Good morning and good to see you all again. So for the month of June, we had a small increase in our hotel occupancy according to STR, about 2.4% from last year. And we continue to see a small decrease in our vacation rental occupancy, down about 5% from last year. We did a little bit more in the presentation to dig into those numbers a bit more. In general, our hotel rate was about even from where it was last year, technically 0.3% down, but that's very close to where it was last year. Our vacation rental ADR was 260, and that is almost exactly flat from where it was last year, according to our key data information. So we wanted to kind of look a little bit more at this vacation rental occupancy dip and you know what also was kind of going on with our hotel on two different ways, you know, our inland properties as well as our beach properties. So on the left, inland STR is data from STR on our inland properties. The middle is STR data on our beach properties. The right is vacation rental data from key data. And you can kind of see for occupancy, we really had a spike in 2021. That was very much, I'm sure you guys have heard the term revenge travel. That kind of was this offsetting spike from last year when we had a significant decrease in 2020 due to the pandemic. And we've kind of seen this vacation rental occupancy sort of drip down. However, we know that there has been a significant increase in supply as well as an increase in demand, and we'll see a little bit more about that later. From a rate perspective, we're really seeing our inland hotels kind of monitor right around where they've been for the past 4 years. In 2021 and 2022, again, we sort of saw this spike in our beach hotel properties and their rate being a little bit higher, and then we see kind of them coming back to around $250 to $240 in terms of rate in the past 2 years. For vacation rental data, we've sort of seen this slow growth up to about $250 and then kind of floating, you know, right around that level for the past 2 years. Jumping into kind of how that looked compared to the rest of the state for the month of June, we've seen a little bit of a mixed bag from the rest of our Florida destinations. So Hillsborough County obviously reported that this past June was their best month ever. We had a good month according to our occupancy as well as our revenue per available room for our STR data. Fort Myers, Sarasota, Bay County, again, it was more of a mixed bag where they had a little bit worse performance generally from last year. Looking at the rest of the state, this is sort of a similar trend. There was some destinations that might have been up in occupancy, some destinations up a little bit in rate, but for the most part, our June was pretty good, and the rest of the state, you know, some places better than others. When we're looking at our TDT collections, you know, to date this year, we're almost exactly where we were last year, just 0.16% shy of where we were last year. For the month of June, this was the second time ever that we surpassed 8.5 million in TDT collections. Our best year ever was 2022. This was our second best year ever. And where we're kind of seeing this rise is obviously in this vacation rental miscellaneous segment that we get from TDT collections. But you can also see that, you know, compared to last year, we really did have a little bit stronger numbers for most of our other destinations. A little bit of an increase in Clearwater, you know, flat to even in St. Pete Beach, and a little bit of an increase in St. Pete. So overall, the destination did do a little bit better than last year this time. And really digging into this continued growth that we see in this miscellaneous other vacation rental segment of our TDT, we can really see how it's sort of changed things. In 2013, it made up about 16% of our total TDT collections. By 2024, that has grown to about 38% of our TDT collections. You can see the blue bar, the dark blue bar is Clearwater Beach, and the light green bar is St. Pete Beach, and the sort of salmon color bar is St. Petersburg. These represent the 4 areas with the most TDT collections, so you can kind of see how they have shifted and changed over the past 10 years, and certainly this miscellaneous other vacation rental has changed the most. Looking at this a little bit further and where this change might be coming from, we can see some data extracted, and this again is from Key Data, but it's data extracted from Airbnb and VRBO. Sometimes people say scraped. It's scraped data from Airbnb and VRBO, and we can see the number of listings continuing to increase on Airbnb. For Vrbo or VRBO, it's about even from where it has been for a little while, but this really we've seen just more and more listings on Airbnb. For the most part, we can see that these listings are 1, 2, 3 bedroom units, and typically either a house or a condo. Although there are other units listed on Airbnb, as you can see in that bottom slide, apartments, private rooms, shared rooms, miscellaneous things like that. For our hotel development, not too much has changed from the past month. We have about 3,700 rooms in development, about 29 projects, and for the most part, those are in Clearwater, St. Pete, as well as St. Pete Beach. There was a question about how is Hillsborough doing, so we did manage to find some Hillsborough data from the same sort of report, and they are very similar to us, about 25 projects and 3,600 rooms. I will note that there's one particular project that is a 33-acre mixed-use development space, that alone is 800 rooms, so that does make up about 20% of that total amount, but otherwise it looks very similar to our own development. And then kind of looking ahead for how we think we're going to be doing for this month and the next month, we think that the story is going to be pretty similar to what we've been reporting. Perhaps a little bit of an increase in hotel occupancy, and probably a little bit of a decrease continuing to go on in vacation rental occupancy. We do think that, from a revenue perspective, this increase in our hotel occupancy will hopefully drive up a little bit more of the revenue per available room. And our vacation rental revenue per available room looks about where it was this time last year. Some weeks offsetting other weeks, but this is something that we'll definitely be paying attention to. I know I blitzed through that, but I'm happy to take any questions that you guys might have.
Okay, that was a lot of information. Any questions or comments? Mike?
So glad that you were able to add the Hillsborough numbers. I think that tells a lot. The Ybor Harbor, is that one property or a combination of hotels, those 800 rooms?
I'm not sure if that, I haven't closely looked into that project. It looked like, it was due in 2028, so I don't know if the final details of that have been completely determined. I couldn't tell that there was a specific hotel property that was going to be there. I think that they have recently approved some things to move forward with that project, but I don't know that there's that it's going to be split out between multiple buildings or those
Single
details.
asset, yeah. Eddie, thanks. We asked for it last month, and here it is. Thank you.
Of course.
Any other questions? Brian's got, and then got it.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Does the average daily room night include taxes and fees, or is that purely just the room rate?
It's, I believe, purely just the room rate.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Russ?
I believe that 33 acres, that's Darrell Shaw's property pieces that are all together in that area is what that is. And I think that's where the stadium and some other sporting events, I think, are going to be going in there too. I think that's what that is.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Eddie, question, can you go back to the pie chart of the hotel pipeline slide that you have? So on the bottom, it says Safety Harbor. Does that also include Oldsmar? Safety Harbor has one hotel. We have 6.
Okay. I can look into that for you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's all I have, Madam Chair.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, great. Great job as always. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to the quarterly KPI update.
Thank you. So, yeah, this is the quarterly KPI updates. And as some of you will recall, earlier this year, we established key performance indicators for the organization. Those came as a result of our strategic plan. This is the first time that we've had these performance indicators in place. And it was our commitment to you all. We're going to report out on these quarterly, on a quarterly basis. It took us a little longer than expected to get these together. And once we got in to pull from the data sources, we identified some struggles as far as when we actually collect the data, when we can collect the data. So this is the first time that we're coming to you. But moving forward, I think this is through June, so this is the first 3 quarters. As we move into fiscal year 2025, we're going to constantly look at these, and one of the main things I want from you all today is if you see any indicators that you have questions, concerns about, or if you see any that you believe we should be tracking that we're not, if we have the ability to track those, we'll certainly add those into it. The other thing that you'll see is my main goal with this was to get KPIs in place, and so we had to set goals. And on the goal side of things, probably wasn't as much thought put into those goals as there should have been. We kind of did 3 to 5% across the board, and they were rather ambitious. So you'll see on here some of these. You'll see the goal. You'll see where we're at through 3 quarters and where that is a percentage of our progress. And if you have any questions, we're happy to answer them. I'm going to go through the top line ones, which kind of give you a pulse of where the organization is with those top line numbers, and then we're going to have our 3 VPs come up and give you updates on their division KPIs. So on here, you'll see the top one, tourist development tax. This one, we set a goal. This was a 3% increase over last year's 98 million and some change. Right now, to date, we're at 78. So again, a little ambitious on that 101 based on where we're at. We're currently, as Eddie alluded to, 0.16%. Down from last year. When you look at the daily spend, I wanted to bring that one up. That's one where we're close. We're not quite there. And this was a 3% increase over last year. Room nights, economic impact, you can see those. The 2 on here that I wanted to touch on, daily rate, again, showing the goal of $201. We're close there. So the rate is staying steady, as well as the RevPAR. They're close. They're not quite there, but we're confident that we can, based on the information we're seeing, those have a chance to hit their goal. When we go to daily spend by visitor, and as well as room nights spent by visitor, days spent by visitor and nights spent by visitor, these 2 are noticeably. These are down. So folks are staying a little bit shorter is what we're seeing in our data. And that's something that, we've identified, and that'll be something that, we talk about it all the time. One of our goals and objectives is to get folks who are coming here to stay that extra night. So this is something that we'll be looking into, and, we'll be honing in on this. So I'm glad that this is on here. Next, we've got marketing, so Steve's going to come back up, and I can drive the bus for you if you'd like, or you can take it, Steve.
Okay, so first, probably most important advertising metric is, are we getting our impressions in front of people? So you can see we're pretty much on pace through where we are so far. But as you all just heard, we've just kicked off a big fall campaign. So while it looks like we're a smidgen down, we'll catch up on that. The next one is a slightly trickier KPI to put in here, is like how effective are our ads? And we get an ad effectiveness study done regularly. It has 50-odd pages. What I've pulled out of here are just a couple of key ones here just to point out, which is when people are shown our ads, do they like them? And we've ticked up on the likability of our ads. And then after they've seen our ads, do they think we are a place they would like to visit? And again, we're a few points ahead on that from where we were last year. Website is doing great. We have considerably more users on the website at this point than we did last year, so that's fantastic. And social media is also going through the roof. Lots of impressions, lots of engagements on social media, so that's fantastic. Search, this is an important one to look at because this is a sort of a metric that shows you how interested people are in seeking us out, and that's right on par with where we wanted it to be. And people are also clicking on those search results, so that's important. Our emails are getting open pretty much at the rate that we wanted, so that's good, and people are clicking on those emails at slightly better than we were projecting. PR stories, this is a little weird because depending on the cycle of the PR stories, we've had a lot in the last few months that are not recorded on here yet. So we will be right on par, I think, with that. And then our industry newsletter, it's not getting in front of quite as many people as we want, but those that are seeing it are opening it. So we need to work on getting that out to more people in the industry. But overall, very happy.
Anyone have any questions for Steve before he leaves? Commissioner Scott.
Yep. So our regular email is all kinds of different things. So you can sign up on our website. If you go to one of our activations, you can sign up for it. We're not buying any lists. So these are people that are interacting with us in some way, shape, or form. Correct.
Mike.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Hey, Steve, remind me, our PR efforts.
Yes.
We've got a director of PR and we've got a new agency as well, right?
Correct.
Yep. Are they, obviously they're focused on driving more of that free publicity that PR gives us.
Yes.
Are we pleased so far with the new agency and what they're doing?
Jason, do you want to weigh in on the agency? You deal with them more regularly than I do. I would say broadly we're happy with where things are heading, certainly in the U.S.
Morning. Jason Latimer, Director of PR. Not a new agency per se, but we've got MMGY, which is up in New York City, that handles domestic, and then we've got Rooster and Kaus over in UK and Central Europe. So just working with all of those folks, we're actually getting in motion for 2025 already. But I think there's got to be a little bit more collaboration with everybody, and that's something that Steve and I have talked about, is creating a lot more synergy so everybody's driving in the same lane instead of different lanes and how they're communicating.
Outstanding. Thanks, Jason.
Any other questions for Steve? Okay.
Over to Catherine.
Hello. The business development KPIs. So looking at meetings, meetings is definitely on track to achieve the goal for this year, which will be an increase from 2023. Sports is on track actually to have the best year yet. So looking forward to seeing where the final numbers come through. So that's exciting. And film, as you notice, is far above where we would be at this point, but that's because a bulk of the activity that happens for film actually happens in the spring. So since this is through June, a lot happens October through April with a little bit of kind of a slowdown in December. So most of that happened this past spring. So we'll see a little bit on the next report, but most of it has already been captured year to date. And then on this slide, we're working through this. I think Brian kind of hit on that. As these KPIs were determined, we have obviously split up leisure in two ways. We split it up with domestic, Canada, and Europe, and then LATAM is separate. So some of the goals, while they have the same category name, you'll notice that the numbers are a bit different, but we can explain why. So the leisure, domestic, Canada, and Europe, the travel trade engagement actually counts the travel advisors that the team engages with at the shows and then does trainings with. Leisure and LATAM actually counts the personal engagements that they have or the tour operators that are working on a day-to-day basis to help promote our destination. So that's why the number is lower, but they're both obviously working in the market and making sure that we have representatives in those in those areas to promote this destination. And then on that note, they do the training separate. So while there's been 22 actual trainings, there's been almost 3,000 professionals, travel professionals that have been trained so far year to date for the Latin America markets to be in their destinations, help selling and promote Visit St. Pete Clearwater. And then on the co-op campaigns, you'll see that number's a bit lower, but that's because there's a bit of a lag in reporting. Year to date, we're actually, if we do include July, close to hitting the goal, which is exciting. We have 4 more campaigns that are actually currently running, so we'll see the final numbers probably about 2 months after the end of this year once those reports are given to us.
Any questions on that? I don't see any, so you did a great job. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Kylie Diaz, Vice President of Community Engagement. I love these stats because this is where we really illuminate and get these numbers out into the community. So last year we actually had the addition of a community engagement manager, and so you will see us everywhere all the time. Hopefully you guys have seen us out in the community. So our first stat here is the community meetings attended. We want to make sure that we're visible, we're out in the community, that people know that we're available to them. So that is this first stat that you see here. Community meetings hosted. This is another exciting stat because this is something new that we added this year. We're having on-site educational trainings at Visit St. Pete Clearwater. We have a CEO chat. We have a Gulf to Bay destination training. This week we're hosting the TripAdvisor training. So just fun things that we can have using our resources to help our partners. That's ultimately what we want to do. Partner emails added. Again, we want to make sure that people are properly utilizing our resources. We have a ton of data, we have a ton of things available, and so by adding these partner emails, it makes sure that people out in the community are able to access those resources. I am very, very big on that, making sure that our community partners have our information, it's available to them, and it's somewhere where they can get it easily. We did just update our partner website. And so if you'd like to go onto the partner website, it's partners.visitstpeteclearwater.com. And when you go onto that website, if you have any feedback, we'd love to hear it. We just updated that site. Ultimately, the goal is to make it as easily accessible as possible for you and for our destination stakeholders. Community and brand engagement. So active community ambassadors. This right here is a feather in the cap of Visit St. Pete Clearwater. This is where people are coming into our organization and saying, hey, we want to help you guys out at these activations that you're doing. So when we're out at our elite events and you see us out in the community, we often have volunteers with us. And those volunteers are residents and people that live in this destination, and they're out there with us, and we love having them on board, and we have a great team heading up that program to train these community ambassadors. Our in-county activations, as I just mentioned, you will see us out in the community all the time at all of those elite events. This is very, very important that we have that visibility out in the community. In this it's okay. This last statistic here, this is a new one that we added for this year. We're not quite where we want to be, but that's because we added this kind of later in the year. You had the ability to activate with us before, but not a lot of people knew about it. So in our industry updates every quarter, you will find, every month, you will find an opportunity to activate with us at those activations. So if you're the Don Cesar Hotel, you can sign up and activate with us. So we might have a 10 by 10 or a 10 by 20 booth, and you can be there with us, activating with us on site. So it has been successful. It has been well received from the partners that have participated. We've gotten lots of great feedback there. So I'm really excited about that stat. Anything else?
That's it. So any questions?
Have any questions?
Any questions? No, seeing none. Another one. How about questions for Brian regarding there we go, Clyde.
I just want to make, excuse me, a comment. Thank you, Madam Chair. Regarding the nights spent by visitor, I think it's important for us to remember that we're doing the campaign to bring in the neighboring counties, and that's going to be a shorter stay. So what's real important is how many first-time visitors do we have? I don't know if there's a way to track that, but I know when I'm interacting with guests in the lobby, if they're a first-time visitor, that's really exciting because we do have such a great area that they're likely to come back and to spread the word. So not as worried about the nights spent with us pushing the drive market.
Thank you, Clyde.
Good point. Mike?
Brian, a very big tip of the hat for establishing KPIs. Finally, we have metrics that we can measure against. Ultimately, we're a sales organization selling the county to tourism, and sales teams keep score. Now we've got a scoreboard. Well done. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you to this board for really pushing us to implement these, and kudos to the entire team for getting together and staying focused and being committed to put these in place. It hasn't always been easy. It's been new. So anytime there's change, it's difficult. But the team has really been great, and especially our VPs, and really digging into what's in place, what's lacking, and where we need to go, and holding folks accountable. So we're excited about it.
Any other questions, comments?
Yes, I'd just like to say congratulations. This is a great new agenda item. Mike said it already, but this builds the team that you got going, and I think it's awesome to have it. I see how you can build on to this as you get into the next year.
Great, thank you. We're going to go on to the film incentives with Lisa, our film commissioner.
Good morning, everyone. Going to give you a little bit of an update on our film incentive program. So we all know how beautiful our destination looks on screen. So we took time to update the program that we have to incentivize filming in St. Pete Clearwater and create increased interest in our destination as a filming location. The way we came about this is we've done a lot of research. We've researched other state programs, state film programs. We've looked at places like Colorado and Georgia and California, Texas, Oklahoma, Massachusetts, and New York. We also spend a lot of time looking at the programs right here in the handful of areas of Florida that have a local incentive program. We further broke that down into different seeing where the programs are operated under. Some film incentive programs are operated under the Economic Development Department. Others are run through the Tourism Department, like ours is. And then we also looked at the different types of incentives. So there's two main types. You can either get a tax credit, a transferable tax credit, or you can get an incentive in the form of cash as a rebate or a grant. So we also made a presentation a few weeks ago to our industry partners in order to get their feedback on some of the changes that we were considering incorporating. So that's ready for the next slide. Oh, I have this.
It's up to you.
I'm in control. Okay. So we are looking to focus the filming results on providing significant destination exposure and driving tourism to Pinellas County. So what we're doing is we're increasing the amount of available money, monetary incentives, as well as additional opportunities depending on the expected impact of the project locally and outside of the destination. So we put together this at-a-glance chart so that you can compare the current program, because we do have a program right now, and then some of the revised changes that we're considering, that we are implementing. So on the On the left is the current program, on the right is the revised program. So right now, the project cap is capped at $250,000. We are increasing the cap to $300,000 with the understanding that something that goes over $250,000 will have to be presented to the Board of County Commissioners. Right now, there is no committee review of any of the applications. It's just myself and the Film Commission. So we have created a committee of internal staff. There's going to be myself and Quinn, our Film Commission manager. We've got our VP of Community Engagement. We've got 2 people from our marketing department, and we've also got Catherine, the Vice President of Business Development. So we're going to all consider each application as it comes in. We're creating a rubric as a way to help score the applications on different criteria. And then that should be great to get different opinions involved in whether or not these projects that are coming across our desk are meeting our objectives. Right now, there's no CPA attestation required, so we are going to have production companies get a CPA attestation of their local spend, because our incentive is the base amount is based on what you're spending here in Pinellas County. That'll be at the production company's expense. And we don't really have, for the base requirement currently, a location emphasis. So you don't necessarily have to show off the destination in our base. So here we were going to try to show off Pinellas County. All the projects that we look at, they must feature the destination, and they can't imitate it to be another destination. So that's one of our changes. And then another current program is that we can only accept a full season of a TV show. So we're going to change that to allow a couple episodes of a show to qualify for some of our funding, and that'll give us more opportunity to look at even more projects. So right now, the base incentive is a 10% of your qualified local spend, and the revised program, that'll be increased to 15% of your qualified local spend. And we do have an uplift in the current program. After you get the 10%, you can uplift up to 30%. And we don't currently have a distribution requirement. So for the new program, we do still offer up to another 15%, so you can max out at 30% of your local spend. And we are going to determine the uplift amount, again, based on that rubric and how you get scored, and it'll be considered on a project-by-project basis. And those are deliverables that are going above and beyond the marketing value to Visit St. Pete Clearwater. And as I mentioned, there is a distribution-related uplift. That payout will be contingent upon proof of distribution. So that is going to be nothing very complicated. We just want to know, the state of Georgia does it something simply as you fill out a form, you give us a link to your finished project so that we can see that all the deliverables have been incorporated into your project, and then you just list out where we can watch the show. So again, backing up to the base grant, that is 15% of the local spend under the new program guidelines. It's qualified spend in Pinellas County, so that can be anything from catering to hotel rooms to building materials, grip and electric, all the kinds of expenses that would need to be incurred to produce a show. We wanted to have the base. You don't necessarily need to call it Pinellas County, but we wanted to have a positive portrayal of Pinellas County as itself. So we can't call it, you can't film here and call it another city, for example. It can be a fictitious city, but not something like Miami. So we just want it to be positive. And then the basic marketing deliverables under the base grant will be similar to what they are now. So we want to get behind the scene photos of all the filming activity that's happening here while they're in destination, showing, cameras and actors and locations in the background. We've also getting the testimonial videos from the above the line. That's your directors, your producers, talent, and just saying how much they've enjoyed filming here in destination and what they like about it, and unexpected things that they uncovered during their stay here. We also still will want to have our logo and special thanks in the credits. So now to uplift from the 15% of your local spend, these are going to be, these are all negotiated, and these are all going to be based on what the committee comes up with. If we see that you have direct room nights that are beyond your typical productions. So, we keep using the example of Rock the Block. They had like 1,250 room nights while they were here. Your typical film, the made-for-TV projects that are coming now, they have probably up to 300 room nights. So that would be something that could qualify for a percentage of an uplift. Inclusion of recognizable locations, and mentions of Pinellas County, so you're showing off the St. Pete Pier, or a golf course, or Clearwater Beach, or anywhere, the Old Smart Skate Park. Just those are all going to qualify for an additional boost. The proof of the distribution deal, which we already talked about, we want to see that. The project, it's one thing to incorporate and capture all these images in here while you're filming, but we want to make sure that people are seeing all that beauty that is in our destination. Having some premieres and screenings, special screenings. When the project is finished, we want the production, if the production companies are willing to do a screening here and bring in their talent, maybe have a Q&A afterwards. That can qualify for additional funding, what their social media promotion plan is, how they're going to promote the project later on, if their talent are agreeing to do posts about their time here in destination and share it on their channels to all their followers, and doing press tours and junkets at different recognizable Pinellas County locations. And then, as we mentioned in a previous TDC meeting, we are coming up with a method to withhold partial payment until the companies do provide the proof of distribution. So the application process is very similar. We want to get the initial application filled out with all the filming details, and submit also a marketing and distribution plans and a copy of the script, any other marketing materials the production company might have. That will all be forwarded to our committee, which I identified earlier who that consists of. We will all look at it with our different hats on for different, is this a good fit for the destination? We'll offer then a conditional approval, which we will relay to the production company so they have an idea of what our thoughts are and what level of funding that they would be receiving in return for coming to bring their projects here to our destination. And then we will work on getting final approval and contract negotiation in time for them to start filming. So the next steps will involve finalizing the program. We've got some forms that we're just updating. We're creating the rubric. We're making, obviously we'll need some changes to our website copy. We are just making a couple changes to the application itself. We also have a chart of types of expenses that are eligible for reimbursement and which are not. So we're just going through that one more time, taking a look to see if we want to make any changes there. And then the applications for the new program will begin with the new fiscal year 25 on October 1st. And that's it.
Any questions? Mike?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Lisa, well done. A couple questions. We want to make sure that you are armed with good incentives, the best incentives to attract these films here versus other places. what you've presented, the revised program, how does that compare against other similar destinations? Are we equal to, are we better than them from our incentive plan?
Well, I think we are equal to, like I said, we looked at the different, we tried to compare apples to apples. So looking at places that have a cash rebate incentive reimbursement program, and also programs that are run under the tourism department. So I feel that we are very good, comparable to those other programs. And getting our deliverables and what we want to see on screen and what we can utilize in terms of marketing our film program to in our marketing materials.
So you feel like you can be competitive when going up against other beach destinations around the country?
Yes, to a certain extent. I mean, always we will forever have we don't have as big a budget as some of the other, like Thailand, for example, they're run out of the tourism department. I mean, so we will be able to compete at a level that we will never get the huge projects that just, with the multi-million-dollar budgets, we just don't have enough money in our local budget for that type of a project. But if we can get more Hallmark movies or more shows like Rock the Block that just come in and do a great job showing off the destination, any types of online shows that are featuring different aspects of the destination, like our culinary or our water or our art scene, and they can incorporate that in the story. I think that's more what we're expecting.
Thank you. As a follow-up, you talked about the press tours and the junkets. Do we have proactive efforts underway to solicit and get more of those press tours and junkets to orient filmmakers what we have to offer?
We have some funding in our budget to do that, and we've got our new PR director, Jason, who I'm working closely with, so together I think we'll be able to accomplish that.
Good. And then finally, your application process, committee review and response within 45 days. Fast response wins. Mm-hmm. Is 45 days too long? Can we not get that committee to review and approve or disapprove, or at least reply back to the applicant in a quicker, faster response time?
Yeah, we will be able to do that a lot quicker, because still, once we need to do all the steps. We need to review the applications by committee. We need to all powwow, see what everybody thinks. We have to communicate that back to the production companies, and we have to draft an initial agreement. So it's not going to take 45 days to get back to them with that initial response. What it is going to avoid more is us getting an application they want to start production in 2 weeks. That's just, it's more to give us more time to do the steps that we need to take and not be feeling like we're pushed in a last-minute decision, to the extent that we can avoid that.
Lisa, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Lisa. A couple questions. So can you talk a little bit more about the committee review process? Who's on that committee? How many members are on the committee? Is any of this board part of that committee? And if you could talk about you said you're creating a rubric. What does that look like?
Well, the committee, again, is the Film Commission staff, myself and Quinn, he's our Film Commission manager. It's Catherine, our Vice President of Business Development. It's also our Vice President of Community Engagement, and it's 2 members of our marketing department.
So a total of 6 people?
Yes.
Okay, so it's all staff. Is that compared to other film commissions in other areas of the country, is that kind of standard?
That's just what we came up for ourselves, and thinking that was the best approach to the application process.
Okay. I'm just questioning if it's appropriate for anybody on this board to be on that. And I don't know the answer to that question. I'm just thinking out loud and just kind of tossing that out there for discussion. Are we going to have a policy on a payment schedule? I heard you mention that partial partial payment can be withheld until proof of distribution is received. And I know there's been some discussion in the past where incentives have been given out for films that either never got distribution or got distribution many, many years later. So is there going to be a policy or a schedule for how those monies are going to go out the door?
Yes, we will have a schedule.
Okay, will that come before this board for approval?
No.
Okay, just putting that out there for whether it should or not. And let's see, how do we measure success against other destinations? I mean, is there like a database that says we got this many films and Miami Beach got this many films? I mean, in terms of like budgets, I mean, we're never going to get the Thailand, right, with multi-million-dollar budgets, but how do we measure, we're making these changes, how do we know it's working?
I just think if we have more shows that just show off the beauty of the destination and it's bringing in tourism, what we can do afterwards to start promoting those projects and maybe coming up with a film-induced tourism plan, that is very big right now, film-induced tourism, where people are making their travel decisions based on filming locations. So I think that would be our success, is just, you know, how much more production can we do to show off the beauty of our destination, have interesting projects in our destination, and then promote them as another way to bring tourists here. And maybe we don't have, you know, the caliber of projects that a person would decide to come to Pinellas County just based on what's filmed here, but it certainly would be a wonderful thing, another wonderful thing for them to do while they are here in destination. So I think that's all very positive.
Okay, I would just, as we go forward and improve on the KPIs, I think we could probably put some meat on the bones for some KPIs of how this program is doing. And I would also just think it would be interesting when you get the rubric put together, if you could present that to this group, just so we can see it and understand what's going into those decisions.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Commissioner Scott, I would add to further touch on what we consider successful on this is I personally consider this to be successful in the fact that it's going to put transparency and accountability in our program, and it's also going to make sure that it aligns this program with our mission as a tourism DMO. As Lisa talked about, our program, when we look throughout the state of Florida, we're one of 6, is it, Lisa? Mm-hmm. 6 or 11, I always get it backwards. 6 destinations with a film incentive program, and ours is very extremely competitive. And when you look at those other destinations, many of them have different goals for their programs. They're run out of economic development. They're not tourism. They're not marketing driven. We're using tourist development tax dollars for this program. So these projects that we want to come here, they're going to be projects that market the destination and ultimately lead to visibility and heads and beds in the destination. That's our #1 focus. So right out of the gate, I would consider this successful in the fact that we now have increased transparency and accountability on this.
Use your microphone, Brian.
I think this revised program is way better than the current program, but I'm just kind of looking ahead and down the road. Thanks.
Mayor Rector.
Yeah, I just want to congratulate you on this. I think, you know, you go just across the bridge here and see how successful A Dolphin's Tale was and how we're still benefiting from those 2 movies today. But I read and understand it's really, really hard for us to compete in for that kind of film nowadays with other states. There's state film commissions putting more money into it, and really Georgia, I think, is a leader in South Carolina in trying to attract those films. So we have to be realistic, and this is a good change. And I like what you said about the reality programming. We had this Purina Incredible Dog Challenge that came here, I want to say in March or April, and filmed. Mm-hmm. And at the time, they walked me around, and they had cameras everywhere. They looked like they knew what they were doing. And then they took me back in the production truck, and the lady's from Los Angeles, and she talks about how, and they just raved about filming here and doing all that there. And so at the time, I thought it would be pretty good. The Purina people put a bunch of money into it, so they were back in the truck with me, looking at the film. They wanted it to come out just right, too. But that thing aired on national television, on NBC, on a Saturday afternoon, and we looked amazing. Every commercial break, they came back with drone footage of Clearwater Beach or just Coachman Park. They did an amazing job. It was a 1-hour commercial, really, not just for dogs, but for Purina and our destination.
Sure was.
And that, I don't know how much money we put into that, but whatever we did, it had a high return on our investment. So I like this because I think what you said, we have to be realistic about what we can compete for and try to get the most bang for our buck. And I think some of these, like the other ones that you mentioned, non-traditional programs, that might be our best market.
Yes. And having an incentive program really, it actually helps to carry on a conversation. So when you're out in the industry and you're talking to different producers and directors and they want to know about your area, the first thing they're going to say is, do you have an incentive? So having a local incentive allows us to at least say yes. And then we can move on and talk then about boasting about the destination and all the other benefits that you have of coming to film here. So it is important in that respect just to have a conversation. Thank you.
Mike, you have a follow-up?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Lisa, a question. In sales, we always want to look at how we can use a testimonial of a very satisfied customer, client, to get more business. And to echo Mayor Rector's comments, some of these folks that have done productions here, I'm sure you have a list of them. Do we use those testimonials? Guys like David Yates to help promote potential film productions taking place here?
Yes, absolutely. We have received a fabulous one from the people at Rock the Block, and just yesterday I got another amazing behind-the-scenes testimonial video from a film that we're working on, and you just can't. I saying about the destination is nothing compared to what other people unsolicited their advice about. They talked in this video yesterday about the availability of crew, the beautiful weather like we have for Purina. Like I think you ordered that day especially for NBC. It's organic and it's real and we can get a lot of mileage out of that. So we put that on our social, we put that up on our YouTube channel, we can share it with our digital team, Jace, our PR director, can milk it for all it's worth, so yes, definitely.
Lisa, would it be possible for you to share with this board and perhaps the BCC as well, a list of all of the films that have been shot here recently, so that as we're talking to people, we too can be a great ambassador for your efforts?
Yes, I would direct you right now to our website. We have a filmography page, and you can go right there and see, you can sort it by alphabet or by year filmed. And you can click on the film, and then you can see the production company, the producers, the locations where it filmed, and sometimes you can see behind the scenes stills or trailers or posters, whatever we can gather from the production company, we're putting there on that filmography page. So I invite you to go there. I still use filmspc.com because it's simple. And you just go there under the About Us and click on filmography, and you'll have your answer.
Outstanding. Thank you.
And we will email everyone on this board that link.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Chuck.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First off, I applaud you, Lisa and Brian. Pinellas County Economic Development, if they offer money towards films incentives, it's to promote the business. And in this case, with Visit St. Pete Clearwater and the bed tourism tax, we're supposed to be using those to market the destination. So you now have highlighted that where in this revised program, all programs must feature the destination and not imitate another destination, so we're not pretending that we're over in the Bahamas or, so we're using it appropriately to market this destination, so thank you on that. I did have a question where in the revised program, as I just read, to not imitate and feature the destination, but then when you go to the uplift and try to get into the bonus 15%, you said mention Pinellas County destination / attraction, so explain a little bit the difference between what your baseline is on mentioning the destination and how to get an additional 15% on destination.
Yeah, so that is absent any verbal mentions or signage. So if you're here and you have a story that's set on in a beach town, you can that would qualify. If it's another type of project that just is filmed in destination, that is the difference. You just have to come here. It has to show off our area, whether the beaches or iconic locations. I mean, just any kind of location. You're coming here and you're spending your money here to show off the destination. We just want to make sure that we did have one example where a film was shot here, and it was called Another City in Florida. So we're just mostly trying to avoid that. And then you can qualify for the uplifts if you start mentioning areas by name or destinations or landmarks by name. So that is the difference. A positive portrayal of the area so that somebody, after they see it, this is the base, they might want to research further and then go on to IMDb Pro or look at some reviews and see where it was actually filmed, and they can find out that way that it was filmed here in Pinellas County. The uplift is if you specifically, it's sort of like product placement, but in an organic way. We'll qualify you for the uplifts if you start mentioning areas by name, like they did in Rock the Block. I mean, they called it St. Pete Pier, they called it Treasure Island, they called it the Archie's Island, John's Pass. I mean, they just, one after another, verbal mentions. So, that would definitely be what we want.
In the bonus 15.
In the bonus, yes.
Thank you very much. Nice job.
Chuck, I would just add, what we're trying to avoid, great question, and on the base 15%, you can come here, film, and not say this is Pinellas County. That's all right. What we're trying to avoid is, for example, recent movie, it's out right now. It's a remake of a classic, and the movie is portraying that it is taking place in a popular chain of islands in South Florida, and they use an intro shot of landmarks from that destination. However, the film was actually incentivized and shot in a different country. So what we don't want to happen is we incentivize a film to come here, shoot here, we give them incentive, and then everybody goes to a different place thinking that's that great place they saw on the big screen. That's what we're trying to avoid. So as long as you don't call us somewhere else, you're going to be all right for that base.
I applaud you for the effort. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay. I want to applaud you because before it appeared that there were not clear expectations. There really weren't even any expectations to get incentive money. So I really like that there's some clear, defined expectations and accountability on when the payout is. So I'm very happy with this. I think the Sunscreen Festival is a really good opportunity to really, again, if we can lift that festival up with marketing, things like that, and really bring more attention to film being in this county and it being a thing. I think that is a great opportunity. I'd never gone until this last year. It was a great event, and I really think it does a great job at highlighting that this is a great destination for films. So I don't know how what we could do to kind of help that event raise its profile or picture. I think it would do a lot for the film in Pinellas County. So just my thought. And I like that you're coming and talking to us, and I think I would like film to be more included in, metrics and things that we're talking about, so we know, because we don't really get the updates every month like we do on everything else on how film is doing here. And so I'd kind of like to see you more often.
Okay.
Is what I would think. So I'm not sure how you want to build that into the program, but I think we need to hear about this more often or more regularly, if that's okay. So that's just my thought.
We're happy to do that, and I think this program's going to go a long way in allowing Lisa to have the ability to be more forward-facing to this board. Up till this point, she recently got, Quinn's been on board for just over a year. Just over a year. Before that, Lisa was a one-woman band in the Film Commission. Now she has a partner. However, the way that these agreements have been going on in the past and are still currently going on is they're hanging out there forever. She's working on agreements on films that were shot a long time ago. And this program's not going to allow that to occur. Agreements will be done prior to shooting films and projects. So we get them up, we knock them down, they shoot, and we move on to the next one. So this is going to really help Lisa, I think, free up some of her time.
Yes, I'm looking forward to fiscal year 25 and starting anew. And to answer your question about the Sunscreen Film Festival, we have always, for many years, been a sponsor of that film festival, and it is going into its 20th year this coming April. So we will be already working with the marketing department just to put it on their calendar so they know that we need to do some type of big promotion to, draw the attention to our area as a filming destination. And I also just want to say that I have met with the new CEO over at Creative Pinellas, and she is very much interested in putting more focus in her program on the film industry here in Pinellas. So I think together, and with all of our new staff at Visit St. Pete Clearwater, I'm just so looking forward to fiscal 25 and really knocking it out of the park and being up here more to share all the kudos that we achieve in our department. So thank you.
Great, thank you. Mayor, did you have a?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Brian and Lisa, I'm wondering if it would be possible, as the new program kicks off, if we could receive a monthly, maybe just a short list of applications and whether they've been approved or denied, or it doesn't have to be a great detail, but it's exciting to actually see how many people would be applying for the program and where we are in that process.
Okay. I think we can do that.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Great job. Great to see you again. I think it's exciting. I like that you've got more accountability and some really clear expectations. So good luck, and we'll see you again.
All right. Thank you. Have a nice day, everybody.
We're going to move on to our president and CEO and his comments and thoughts and what he wants to update us on.
Well, I'll be brief, Madam Chair. Just since the last time we met, the chair did mention the elite events that the Board of County Commissioners approved last 2 weeks ago. Last week or 2 weeks? Yeah, last week. But the Board of County Commissioners also did approve the tourist development tax funds to be allocated towards the new stadium development in St. Petersburg. Also, the Dali agreement went to the Board of County Commissioners. You'll recall that last year that money was approved. In the time since then, our staff, both on the marketing side and the finance side, have been working with the Dali and their staff to bring an agreement in. Board of County Commissioners did approve that. Also, prior to our next meeting here, we will be taking a capital funding request application to the Board of County Commissioners. This was the one application that is requesting over the $10 million threshold, which triggers, per the guidelines, we have to take that to the Board of County Commissioners to essentially get approval to score that application with the others. So we'll be taking that to them at their September 5th meeting. The Governor's Conference is occurring next week in Tampa, so we'll have a gang over there. And I did just want to shout out to the team because we were notified that we won at least one Flagler Award. which is kind of the gold standard. Anyone I see Trish over there, I know she's been over there and seen that. That's the gold standard in the state for the marketing agencies. We were submitted 6 different categories, so we know we've got one, and I hope to bring some hardware back to you all next month. And while those are potential awards, I do also want to give a shout out to Kelly Levy and the entire Public Works team, specifically in their environmental management side. They were notified by the Florida Shore and Beach Preservation Association that they are receiving the Outstanding Service Award for all the quick action on the Dunes Restoration Project after Hurricane Idalia last year. So it's good to see Kelly. Everybody here in Pinellas County knows what a rock star Kelly and her team are, but it's good to see them get statewide recognition. And they will be down in Bonita Springs on September 12th to be recognized for that. And then last but not least, you all will be getting an email from me very shortly. We have been in the process. Caleb Peterson from sports, he has been working on an RFP to go out for the Toy Town site. We received some state funding for site remediation, pre-construction work out there to construct a youth sports tournament facility. And so we've got a great RFP. It's a 2-step. We want folks to submit their qualifications. We'll shortlist them, and then we'll have them submit their best proposal and see. The big thing here is we want to see how much, what folks have in mind for that and what the potential really is. We did this a number of years ago. I think this process is going to be better, so I wanted to give you a heads up on that. That's all I have.
Great. Anybody have any comments they want to share? Anything? Mayor Strachey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is only my second meeting, and I just wanted to say thank you to all the board members. This is a new learning experience for me, but most of all, I want to really thank the staff. Brian, your staff amazes me of what you're accomplishing and where we're headed for the future. I really see some really good things happening here, and I just want to say thank you very much, and it's an honor to be here.
Thank you, Mayor. Chuck.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With the last storm we had, I hear there was some significant impacts on our beaches again. And I don't know, it's been a while since Kelly's come and spoken with the TDC. Would it be possible to check her schedule and see if she can come either at the next meeting or follow up with us on where she is with beach renourishment?
Certainly.
I can tell you we're nowhere closer than we were the last time she came.
From a state and federal, well, not state,
From
but
from the Federal Army Corps. I mean, I can let you know the latest, and I don't know if that's been since she's been here, but we've been working really closely with Congresswoman Luna and Senator Scott and Senator Rubio. There has been language in WRDA to change some of the language, but it doesn't get us where we need to be. They want to put those public access easements to a 50-year, and if it's a 50-year, it's just as much as in perpetuity. So I don't think we're any closer than we were before. I promise I'll get you an update next meeting. Yeah, as far as Army Corps goes, we're not any closer than we were before.
And thank you, Madam Chair. In addition to that update, also just where we are with physically writing a check for it, which we've talked about in the last meetings, and where she is, just an update on the physical plan of updating our beaches. Thank you.
I will give you a heads up that a lot of those dunes did get hit pretty hard by this last storm, but they served their purpose. They held up well. And it's my understanding that a lot of that sand that comes off from the dune, anyone who's been out to any of our beaches recently will notice you can basically walk out to the swim buoys. So that sand gets washed off. And then over time, it's my understanding that it will slowly but surely accrete. And the project that we have going on down at Paso Grill, That started just a couple months ago, and we'll be wrapping up in October, early November. Good news is we didn't lose sand there from that. So that was a big concern. It didn't happen.
Any other questions or comments? Mayor Rector.
So since we're on beach renourishment, so I had an opportunity to, and I'd met him before in D.C., but Representative David Rouser from North Carolina chairs the WRDA committee who's writing that bill. So I had a chance to spend 20 minutes with him talking just about a number of things there, and Chuck Fleischman from Tennessee, who he's chair of the authorization for the funding for that WRDA work. So, and I've been working with Congresswoman Luna too, and Gus Bilirakis actually has some good connections too, and so he's been helpful in putting us in touch too. But definitely something as a community we need to work together to try to get better results, let's say, from the Army Corps of Engineers.
So I can also let you know that NACO has, the National Association of Counties, has also adopted this as part of their legislative agenda. They did last year as well, but now more states are having the same issue. So it's not a conservative state or non-conservative state anymore. It's everybody. And I think people are starting to realize that it won't only be beaches, but this will also be on lakes and rivers. And so I think that raised awareness. We saw just on the vote in NACO, where it was a closer vote last year, more people have realized that this is going to impact states that have lakes and rivers. And so I think the increased awareness is going to help us. So they are working, NACO's working, and that helps us with every state. So we're doing a lot, but we're just not moving the needle as much as we want to, or as quickly as we want to. Any other comments, questions? Things you want to share? Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The good news is with Tropical Storm Debbie, it didn't impact the beaches nearly as much as Idalia did last year. So Idalia was just one of those storms where it just kind of was just like a buzzsaw, it just chewed the beaches all the way up. So we did lose sand, but nothing nearly as bad as what we had to deal with last year. So at least that's some positive news.
Now, we do have to combat the negative media from the floodings because people just interpret that differently than it is. And so as the county continues and every city is going to continue working on their sewer systems, our marketing can help counter that negative marketing that we get. So, and Mayor Gaddis, did you have more?
I did, Madam Chair. This question was actually for Brian. We've been told over and over that the permitting is in progress for Sand Key. Where are we in that process? And then what is the plan if it's approved, but we still are not getting funding? I keep hearing that the county is going to have to eventually do this, but then I also hear that we're just waiting and we're treading water on this project. So what's really going on with beach nourishment on Sand Key Island?
I'm going to give you an answer that you're not going to be happy with. It's very general. From my understanding, I've not been informed of anything new since last time I responded to this. I think it's my understanding Kelly and her team, they continue to go through design and permitting for a project, which is significant period of time with this, but it's got to be done. So they're doing that in the background. Our legislative team, our county commission are really fighting the battle on the legislative side. Outside of that, I don't really have a good update for you.
Thank you.
And we can, when we ask Kelly, maybe have Barry with a statement about the future, because I don't think any of us have really heard, like, what's the drop dead date? When are we going to make the decision? When will we move forward? There really hasn't been that conversation. I think we want to get through this session with WRDA and see where it goes. I don't think we're going to take any action before that. But there hasn't been, at least to my knowledge, conversation about well, if we aren't successful this year with Congress, then what? We haven't had that conversation, because it would be another 2-year process for another time around with WRDA. So, I think we just haven't had that conversation, and I think we, you know, and I don't know what the deadline timeline is on that. So I think if we can get that, that kind of gives us a little clearer, and maybe a timeline on that permitting and design process. If, you know, if we can have that kind of information, at least then we have something that we can tangibly look at as, okay, then maybe a decision is going to be made then on what the future holds. So, you know, I think that's maybe what we need to bring forward. Does that sound like more like what you're looking for?
Yes, Madam Chair. It just seems like the timeline keeps getting pushed out, and it's very fuzzy. And I think the entire community is beginning to feel this way, that is it ever actually going to happen, or are we just going to keep kicking the can down the road? I remember in the last joint meeting that the county administrator said, yes, we are prepared to do this if we have to. But so far, I've not seen anything concrete of this is our date, that, okay, we're going to have to do this sooner or later. And, you know, these storms just keep getting stronger and stronger, and we keep putting ourselves more at risk. The dunes, greatly appreciated. We will never forget that, but they're not going to last forever.
Right.
So I appreciate the time and the opportunity to make those comments.
Okay. So I think we have that noted, and we'll see if we can't get some information that's more concrete, or at least get the conversation going in the direction that's going to give us some clarity. Anyone else have any comments or questions to add to the group? Wonderful. Well, seeing none, then I would say that this meeting is adjourned. It's great to see you all. We'll see you next month.